Alright, go.
Ladies and gentlemen,
boys and girls,
welcome to a crafting video.
Okay, so for today, we are gonna make Lego birdhouses. It's something that I saw online, and the kids like to make stuff, and we're out for the summer, so we're gonna do something fun. And we saw them online, and they look really neat. I love bird feeders, bird houses, all that stuff. So we're going to make a couple of bird feeders out of Legos. So I will bring you back while they're building. Hi guys, so while they're doing the bird houses, I'm going to make a crayon melt canvas. I've never done it before. I've seen a lot of them online. And I really like them, and I love to do all kinds of crafts, so I wanted to try this out. I have a small canvas. It's not very big, but some of the supplies you're gonna need, I'll go ahead and show those to you. Okay, so for the crayon melting canvas, you need a canvas, so whatever size you want. I chose something small because I've never done it before, and so I wanted to just start out small. So I have this canvas. I've got masking tape because I do want to put a spot in here to put something on later. I've seen a lot of them where they have like the girl in the umbrella and things like that, but I want to do something a little bit different. What you're also going to need is hot glue sticks. So I have a little bag of those. Of course, with hot glue sticks, you need your hot glue gun. You also need your crayons. And then you also need a hair blow dryer. I don't have that out yet. I'm going to wait until I get closer to being done, and then I'll go ahead and bring that out. So what we're going to do first is we're going to set our crayons out in the color pattern that we want. You don't want to do any black, I've seen, because it's harder for that to mix. It ends up making it dark. But you're going to do your pattern of color, and you're going to hot glue each one at the top. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I'll bring you back. Okay, so they've built a little bit, so we're going to go ahead and show a little bit of progress. So here's Jordan's.
This
Pull
is
it
just
out.
where the birds would stand on.
Okay, so explain it.
So basically the birds are just going to stand on it, and then they'll be able to get into it.
Okay, so you're adding more for the food.
Yeah.
Okay,
might actually
and
put
then
water
this
in
is
this
Allie.
a tiny bird bath.
What's yours?
So this is a bird feeder. I'm thinking I'm gonna turn it into a bird bath.
Okay, so
And
you're
I'm
gonna make it bigger than that then?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm gonna make this a miniature White House.
Okay. Okay, so I have my crayons set up. I'm going to go ahead and show you what the crayons look like, how I have them set. I haven't glued them down yet. This is just the way that I have set them up for the canvas. So I'm going to show you that. Okay, so this is the way that I set the crayons up. They don't have to be in any specific order. This is just the order that I chose, that I liked. It's only got the colors in it. It doesn't really have any dark colors. Even the blues at the end down here, they aren't very dark. So hopefully they won't mess the coloring up with the rest of the crayons. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and peel them one by one. I'm going to take the crayon paper off, and then I'm going to go ahead and glue them down so that they are on there, so that when I start melting them, they don't go rolling and make a ridiculous mess. So I've got my crayons attached to my canvas. It's not a beautiful straight line, but it'll work. I also blocked out my spot with masking tape that I want to be able to put something in later once this is all done. So I was going to take the paper off the crayons. I tried to do that with this crayon, and it just wouldn't stick. It kept coming off with the hot glue. So I left the paper on these. Hopefully I can get them off without too much of a problem after I get everything done. Or I might just leave them there if they look neat when I'm finished. So we'll see how that looks. I also have another technique with the top that I want to try, because this, I don't know if I want to leave these here or if, you know, that's going to look weird with just the paper. So I have another thing that I want to try up there if I don't like the way it looks. So I will bring you back when I get ready to start melting. So the bird feeder Lego building is not really going as planned. It's very difficult to make a bird feeder out of Legos. I made this little one. I mean, it's
awesome.
You know, the holes are for string to string it up. There's a little dip in there for food and a little spot for them to land on right here. But Jordan's having a problem keeping his together. Allie, I don't know what she did. She just gave up, I think, on hers and then redid it.
I didn't give up. It broke, okay?
So we are still working on it. We'll see how it goes from here. Jordan's still working to try to do one. Allie's still trying to get one done. So we'll see. Alright, so I'm getting ready to do the heat part of my crayon thing. So I've heard that this gets really messy. So what I've done is, instead of laying out newspaper, I actually got a shoebox and I just put the canvas inside of it so that hopefully it'll catch everything. If I notice that it's getting really messy outside of the box or anything, I'll go ahead and stop and put something down. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and start up. So this is just an update kind of on what it's looking like. I didn't actually have to put anything down because it's been, now that the crayons are starting to melt, it's not actually going too far off from where it's at. So I only actually did get that one dot on the table, so I haven't had to worry about it too much. But this is what it's looking like right now. I'm actually really liking this. It's really pretty. I'm going to do a little bit more so I can get a little bit more towards the bottom, but I will bring you back when I'm done. Okay, so here's kind of the finished, or what I'm calling the finished product of this one. I am going to do something else to the top where the crayon papers are, just to see if I can get, you know, something so that it's not crayons up there. But this is how this looks. I'm going to go ahead and let it dry a little bit and see if I can keep the streaking in it, and then I'll pull off this little spot right here too once I get finished. So next on this melted crayon adventure, what I'm going to do is I peeled the crayons off, so it did leave a little bit of the glue and a couple of the small shreds of paper. So what I did was I squeezed out the wax that was left in some of the crayons.
And it's like paint.
And I am going to iron it with this wax paper, and it's going to create that pattern. I did this a lot when I was a little kid with the wax paper. You know, and I just wanted to see what it would do, how it would look. So I will show you when I'm done. So we've cleaned up because we're done, and these are the results. So this one is Jordan's birdhouse. It's got a little spot in there for food and a little spot for the birds to land. And it's like a one that you would set on a post or something. This one's mine, It's got an opening and a place for food and them to sit and everything. And then this one is Allie's. She made hers a little bit more enclosed. You know, a place for food and everything. So we'll go ahead and get, you know, some bird seed, and we'll get some done, or we'll build some new ones and do the bird seed when we get it. And that's it. So, like we always say,
Till tomorrow.
this is the result of the canvas that I did. I went ahead and peeled off the masking tape. I really like it. I think it looks really neat. I might paint a door down there. Just, I think it would look really neat right there for some reason. I don't know, maybe. We'll see. Up here is where the glue was, which actually looks really cool because it makes like dripping line. But what I did was I squirted out what was left. Well, squirted. I crumbled out what was left of the wax out of the crayons that I used to do this. And I put it up here and I ironed it down, and then I went back and flipped the canvas upside down like this and did the hair blow dryer. And I just think it looks really neat. It looks neater than leaving the crayons up there, in my opinion. The crayons just kind of look weird. Unless they're in like a perfect row. If they had been perfect, it probably would have looked better. But I thought it was neat. So this is the end result. That was my craft, my first one. I like the way it turned out. It is a little bright, and it looks like a rainbow shower, but I thought it was really neat. So I thought it was cool. But if you like it, we'll go ahead and do some more craft stuff. I love to do crafts. And me and the kids, like I said, we're home all summer, so we have plenty of time. So until tomorrow.